huh?
Yes, sir.
Ah, all right. Yeah, I've been to the South a little. I think I've covered that before. People hear that name and they say, oh, it's French. You're from Montreal or New Orleans. It's like, no. There are French people besides that. And of course, I tried to explain being descended from Huguenots, the religious minority in France, and I think that's when people say, no, you're telling me too much. And it's like, you didn't pay attention in school, did you? That's all I can think of. Then again, I remember people saying I was overloading their brain when I was trying to explain to them how a football team got their name, the San Francisco 49ers. It's from the Gold Rush, people. I didn't think it was that hard to understand. I mean, there are other teams that have taken their name from local history, like the Philadelphia 76ers. But some people, yeah, just don't pay attention to history, and that was my major at the University of Iowa. And I guess I was planning on leading with a different joke, but hey, we can't ignore who we are. I've also been told that my name sounds like a good hockey player name. I think the French-Canadian thing is why. Also, porn star. It's like, yeah, I guess it must be because of the French thing again. It's like, yeah, I have heard worse things, but I don't know what would be necessarily worse other than, well, the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. And it's like, I don't even look that much like Jeffrey Dahmer. Please, I'm more like a Boy Scout Forrest Gump type. I mean, I pick up other people's trash. I mean, and I don't even get paid to do that anymore. I mean, I was a janitor in college. Oh, well, I did a comedy marathon this weekend, and some of my office colleagues heard about me doing that, and I told them what time I'd be doing it, and I said 7:30 a.m. Sunday. It's like, yeah, we aren't going to see you perform then. It's like, yeah, but you didn't seem to understand that it was a comedy marathon, 50 straight hours. And it's like, yeah, I could have gotten 3 a.m. I'm not complaining, it's stage time. And I mean, I got a long set there, 30 minutes, so I mean, what's not to like? I was able to try out quite a bit. And what I liked was, yes, the few people who were there laughed, so it's like, well, you make a difference with whoever's there. Well, I work in corporate America, in fact, just not far from here, downtown, and that joke writes itself, but I still deal with annoying people nonetheless. I was taking the elevator after lunch was done today, and somebody said, do you work for the state government? Otherwise you can't use the elevator. It's like, oh, great. This reminds me too much of what I deal with in school. That seat's saved. It's like, yeah, that's why I pay a little extra at baseball games, so I don't have to hear that in the general admission section. I didn't like hearing that in school, and I still don't. I wish I was making that out. Well, another thing I did this weekend, I went to the MSP Film Festival. I'm a history nerd, so of course I'm going to like documentaries and biographies. I saw the one about Norman Lear, who was a big TV show producer in the 70s and 80s, did shows like All in the Family and The Jeffersons, so I said, I have to see that. I liked the shows that he did. And then I also saw one about college students, especially in Eastern Europe, coming to work summer jobs called The Summer Help. And yeah, good movies, and I ended up eating at Bobby and Steve's on the way there for both. And I like going there because they have Godfather's Pizza. I grew up in Iowa, and it's hard to find it around here. Except I didn't want to have the pizza both nights, so I was looking at what sandwiches they had, and the food server said, they're about as fresh as you're going to get. It's like, yeah, that wasn't a concern for me at all. All I saw was chicken sandwich, spicy, and I actually said to him, I'm a Midwest dude. I don't do spicy. Ketchup is fine with me, but aside from that, no. And it's like, yeah, that was the only option he gave to me, was the spicy chicken sandwich. It's like, yeah, I'm smart enough to know that there were other sandwiches there. So I chose the ham and cheese, and he said, well, I'm just looking out for my customers. It's like, okay, I don't know how to respond to that. Ham and cheese works for me. Yes, office colleagues. Yeah, I can cover that some more. No problem there. There was one of them that was hearing about how I have 2 credit cards, but one of them I only use for balance transfers. And she said to me, "I'll use your credit card." And it's like, yeah, I'm sure you will. And who will pay the bill? Probably me, huh? Yeah, and I'm not even dating her because I don't date office colleagues or comedians. And it's like, yeah, I thought that was only a privilege you got if we were an item on using my stuff. Believe me, I learned that from being in a relationship. She actually said to me if she didn't like any of my shirts, she'd throw them out. It's like, thanks for the warning. It's like, how would you feel if I threw out all of your outfits that I didn't like? That would be grounds for ending a relationship. It's like, yeah, I don't understand the double standards in relationships. Maybe that's why it's fine with me being single right now. It's hard to date when you're a performer anyway. Now everybody understands the need to perform. I came from a broken family. I guess that explains a little why I'm up here now, but I don't think that surprises anybody either. It's a laugh riot whenever I call my dad. I should probably call him again. And I get more material, but I usually don't tell him what material I'm using either. I'm trying to think of one joke he told me one time I haven't used yet. Oh yes, it'd be my know-it-all uncle. Apparently when I was young, I don't remember it, he would be the type that would bring his own beer. He wouldn't drink the beer wherever he was at. It's like, being a beer snob, I don't understand that at all. I didn't witness it at all. I just have to take my dad's word for it. Oh, we're staying up, so I guess I'm at time, huh? All right, well, thank you, you've been great.